I want to assume that you are asking me the content of what Mr. President presented. But if that is the question, I would like to rephrase the question so that I start from what I think is necessary and imperative down to your question as put by you. It was sad the way some of our colleagues behaved during the budget presentation by Mr. President. I'm in my 20th year in the National Assembly, from the House or else to this place. I never witnessed anything like that. For 16 years, from 1999 to 2015, those of us in opposition behaved so well, so cooperatively, whenever the budget presentation by PDP president would take place. We conducted ourselves with dignity and respect because the president is an office, and that office must be respected at all times. No matter how partisan you would be, there are times that you shape politics and emphasize governance. And governance, especially in a democracy like ours, is not an executive business alone. It's a business that requires partnership, coordination, cooperation between us in the legislature and the executive arm of government. So, before this budget presentation, COPS, I don't know what they stand for, coalition of political parties, blah, 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 and organizations and individuals with similar disorientation were urging some members of the National Assembly, particularly those in opposition, not to participate in the budget presentation, not to support Mr. President when he comes. That was for someone who is not a member of the National Assembly. That was for someone who has no responsibility. Any and every member of the National Assembly, regardless of his or her political party, has an obligation and the responsibility to behave and conduct himself or herself with dignity and respect, because we represent people. We don't represent ourselves. No federal constituency or senatorial district will encourage any member or senator to come and try to disrupt the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria during budget presentation. By the way, the budget presentation is for the entire country. For us, we are supposed to listen because we are going to work on this document. For Nigerians who are not members of the National Assembly, they will have the opportunity to also listen to their president, talk to them what the government or his administration has been able to achieve in the last 1 year, what it has not been able to achieve, its difficulties and successes, and its plans for the next 1 year. So to disrupt the presentation of the budget by the president, I think is unbecoming of any of us legislators. Anybody at any time outside of the National Assembly, outside the chambers, we could go partisan. We could say whatever the law allows us to say against whoever. But once we are in our chambers, that is an environment that is supposed to be solemn. We are supposed to respect our institution. We are supposed to give it the kind of dignity it deserves, because if we don't, nobody else will do that. And in fact, if we continue this trend, God forbid, Nigerians will lose faith in the National Assembly. We are battling with our public image already. We shouldn't do anything that will make it worse. Having said this, Let me say that the budget presentation, or what was presented for 2019, is the desire of the administration to continue to build on what it has started. It is the desire of this administration led by President Muhammadu Buhari to build on these foundations that we have laid so well. And let me remind us that when this administration came in 2015, we inherited a terrible economic mess, a terrible security situation, even though they don't want us to say it. But like Kwame Nkrumah will say, please don't judge us on the height but of where we are, but by the depth of where we were. Because the depth is also a height. We came out of a very mighty and deep hole economically. The security situation was deep down, and yet we came at a time when revenues accruable to the federal government were less, far less than the PDP had. But you know what is working for us? With President Muhammadu Buhari at the helm of affairs, it's not easy to steal. Even those that have specialized in stealing find it difficult because they know the law will catch up with you. And therefore, the little that we receive as revenues are put to use maximally. The plenty that they had, they stole all of it because corruption was never seen as a crime. In fact, corruption was a virtue. At one time, somebody said what they call corruption was mere stealing. And of course, they stole everything and left Nigerians with nothing. The 2014 appropriation bill had only 15% for capital allocation, 85% swollen by recurrent. When we came in 2015, from 2015, we have always provided for nothing less than 30% for capital allocation. As of today, in 2018, we have spent over 800 billion in infrastructure development. Go around Nigeria. Just like the president said, there is no state that doesn't have one road project or the other that is going on. Every part of Nigeria is enjoying, including the southeast and the south-south, where the president was not, did not win. The second Niger bridge, Obasanjo went there, broke the ground twice. Jonathan went there, broke the ground maybe 3 times. They even gave him a Zukwe, just to maybe make him feel he's from there. Muhammadu Buhari didn't go there to break any ground. But you know what? Today, second Niger bridge is about 45% of completion. We are spending billions of naira because we believe that every part of Nigeria must receive justice and fairness. So we are doing a lot. And what 2019 means is building on all these good things that this administration is doing. So it is a budget of consolidation, a budget of continuity. It is a budget of sincerely making Nigeria united and taking it to the next level. Whether someone likes it or not, we are performing. These people that they are saying they want to come back, Nigerians will not forget easily and quickly when you stole everything. The public treasury was left with nothing. Even our common patrimony, they sold everything to themselves. Everything. They sold everything. All the public enterprises, they sold to themselves. Little wonder that they will also privatize NNPC when they come in. We know what that means. So, the budget presented by Mr. President for 2019 is going to make Nigeria better and take it to the next level. And by the grace of God, Nigerians will vote for President Muhammadu Buhari in 2019. So there will be 2022 further consolidation, 2020 further consolidation, 2021, 2022, and 2023. And when he finishes, you know, development will not stop at that. Another Buhari will come. Whether from the southeast or south-south or southwest, another Buhari will come. Because Buhari is an ideology. Ideology of transparency, integrity, and development. So we will build Nigeria. If we receive the blessing of Nigerians and we work for 16 years that PDP had, Nigeria will turn into a developed country by the grace of God.
Okay, distinguished, finally.
Yes.
Because